Chrissy from Chrissy Books and Berries here with my November wrap-up. I'm sorry if I'm a bit low energy today. I actually spent I basically almost read till dawn because I didn't realize the time last night. I was up till dawn reading Madame Serpent by John Lady. Yeah, it's a historical fiction novel about Catherine de Medici, the mother-in-law of Mary Queen of Scots. I got into this because I was watching the TV show Reign, and I figured I kind of realized wow, this is another more interesting aspect of history that I never chose to dive into because I was so obsessed with the Tudors. So I was reading this and I really like it. I'm almost done and I just started yesterday. Okay, so that's what I'm currently reading. The first book that I read in November, I bought on my October birthday book haul actually, and it is Philippa Gregory, The King's Curse. It's so beautiful and so shiny. What can I say? I've already said so many good things about her writing, and this book, it was 5 stars. I think I rated it 5 stars, yeah. This was the 6th book in the War of the Roses series that she has about the aunt of Henry VIII. And wow, she ended it so well. The whole thing was so well done. It was the point of view of someone who is on the outside but on the inside of the Tudor court, and I was like, it's so good, and yeah, words cannot describe how much I love Philippa Gregory. Okay, so that was the first book I read, and then the second book I read, I was a bit late because I took my time with Philippa Gregory. That I picked up V for Vendetta by Alan Moore and David Lloyd. Wow. After I read this, I immediately watched V for Vendetta, and I was like, oh my gosh. It was this. It was the same story, the movie. They just made a couple minor changes, but I never truly understood the movie until I read the graphic novel, and in that way, it was more complete to me. That's why I prefer this over the movie so much more. The art, someone mentioned to me that they don't think the art is very good. I'm not really gonna argue there, but I preferred it was really more of the story to me than the art, because there are some graphic novels it's more like art, but this one, it was really the story that gripped me and that grabbed me, so I really like that. I think I gave this 5 stars. I think. I'm still working on the Goodreads thing. Okay, the third book I read is a Stoker and Holmes novel. I think it's YA, historical fiction YA, kind of, steampunk. It's called The Clockwork Scarab by Colleen Gleason. It's about the sister of Bram Stoker and the niece of Sherlock Holmes. She's the daughter of Mycroft. And I was like, wow, it's so... okay, let's put it this way. If I was 16 and I'm still into reading what I used to read back then, this would be my ultimate recommend, because I really love historical fiction, and not just that, but it's taking basically figures from the Victorian era that were so huge and that they melded it into one. Yeah, it was good. I liked it, but I wasn't, how you would say, overwhelmed. But I wasn't underwhelmed, because I know there's a second book, so I'm gonna look out for it when it comes here. I was just whelmed in the middle there. That's what I kept thinking of when I was reading this book. I'm like, I like it. If I was younger, I'd love it. But yeah, I was whelmed. This is about 3 stars. And then the fourth book, I took my time with it, but I also hurried through it because, it's already end. The month was beginning to end, and I was like, I want to read it just a bit more. So I could only get into this when I decided to hermit myself from the world, I shut everything off and whatnot. It's Wildwood by Colin Meloy and Carson Ellis. Yeah. Okay. This book, we have the map. It's also hardbound. It looks pretty, and there are pictures. I can't find pictures. Aha, pictures. Yeah, there we go. There's also like glossed pictures on here. I think I gave this a 5 stars because this was one of the good, like the best books that I've read this whole year. I can't believe I actually waited this long, but I think I waited this long on purpose because I wanted to read it in like fall to November, you know, for that feel. So I think I gave 5 stars, yeah. I reviewed this actually. I have a review on Goodreads about it. And then the last book that I picked up was Dash and Lily's Book of Dares by Rachel Kahn and David Levithan. I think this was released last year, and I finished it right on the 30th of November. So it's like, yes, I did it. The reason why I chose to get this was because I read some of David Levithan's previous work, Will Grayson with John Green and How They Met and Other Stories. So I was like, woo! I know I'm gonna love him because I enjoyed those stories a lot. So I was like, okay, I'll pick this up. And it turns out him and Rachel Kahn have collaborated on Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist, which is also a movie. So I was like, I'll just give them a shot. Plus, it was on sale when I got it, so I was like, oh, you know, it's basically win-win. And it was just so refreshing because I haven't read a contemporary romance in like forever. Because I always read historical fiction or contemporary fantasy, but it's still fantasy or high fantasy. I don't always dive into contemporary romances or anything like that because I tend to look for other things. So this I found really refreshing because I haven't read a book like this in a while. So I was like, yes. So I gave this 5 stars and I reviewed it as well. That's it. Yeah, I guess that's all I have to say about this one. So this is my November wrap up. All the books I read, 5 books, good books. Well, I hope I will see you again next time for another video. Can you guys tell me what you guys read in November? Did you like it? Was it a good month for you? Well, yeah, okay. Bye.